Alright, welcome back. Sorry, I apologize for taking a bit longer. Whew. Was not expecting to be that much in code immersion. But, yeah. Whew. So, I kind of noticed that, frickin', after I ended the, broadcast, to take that break, frickin', that two of you, Jax and Darren, were talking about some of the stuff, in regards to the speakers on Jiro's body. I was thinking about going that route with the,
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
mini speakers, possibly, on Jiro's, hero suit. But yeah, at the same time, it's like, if I was to, do that, it kind of would kind of ruin some of the maneuverability, which is why I kept it to the boots, the gloves, and then the, sound cannon, plasma casters, I should say.
Glad to hear it. It seems you have nerves of steel.
It's just like, hey,
is to thwart the fated ruin. However, such a feat cannot be done by
it's
you
like,
alone.
with those shoulder sound cannons, they just imagine like they can move around like the plasma caster that the Predators use, in a sense. Not the one from Prey either.
Involving yourself with others,
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's kind of neat and everything, what they did with
that said,
for
I am not advising the formation
but
of superficial relationships.
that wouldn't work in this
It
aspect.
must not be a frivolity, but a ring of those who would, by morals or
Because
faith,
the
lend you their strength.
whatchamacallit,
In other words,
the fact
there are
that
bonds with
it was
those
like
who
a
have
little
been
crowd
robbed of their places to belong.
shot.
The expansion of said ring will, in return, help you mature
Prey.
as well.
But,
Personas are the strength of heart. The
So-
stronger the bonds that surround you, the more power your personas will gain.
There are countless people in the city who have talents that a weakling like you doesn't. You better rack that noggin of yours and get them on your side. We'll change that in
But,
an hour.
now then, as you're going through the Persona 5 Royal, you're going to keep coming across multiple different confidants. Okay?
Indeed, you should be
Now, the
prepared
way to get
use
those up
even myself,
is to
or
simply
your ambitions will not come to
spend
fruition.
characters. For example, like Soldier.
We have a deal then.
Okay, Soldier was one of your confidants. Spend time with them. Now then, there's some that you would automatically end up spending time with and everything else, like Igor, for example. Currently becoming one of your confidants. Okay?
It shall become the wings of rebellion.
So it's
that
just like,
breaketh
hey,
the
guess
chains
what?
of captivity.
Igor, you get him up to rank 10 no matter how many playthroughs you do. Freaking, you're gonna be getting him up to rank 10 no matter what, as long as you go through like the in-game stuff, in a sense. Well, here is this. The true original ending of Persona 5. If you go for one, then you get rank 10. There's 10 ranks, each one's different. Sometimes you get something, sometimes it's just a boost. Like you see here, Arc numbers, earn bonus XP.
Alright.
And now I can go and get into recruiting. That's what the Wild Talk is. The Fool, that's basically you. That's basically your top rank with you and E. Yeah, the tricks. Get ready to trick. Now, By the way, I'm outside smoking and whatnot, so if you're leaving a message, hey, give me a moment. I'm gonna be able to get to that. But as I was saying, it's like, yeah. Now, with the connection point, that central connection point to connect to all the speakers at the same time with Jero's earphone, it's like, and yet I still got the ability to be like, okay, hey, if she wants to use the boots directly, she can use the boots by themselves and everything else. Same thing with the gauntlets and the little shoulder sound cannons. Might there be more possibility to add more speaker type stuff to her hero out? Yes, there, I can see that. As how exactly, I'll leave that. I'll let you imagine. So. Okay. So. And then it's like with a Katsumi's costume, it's like, I kind of wanted to keep it somewhat similar to Katsuki's. I wanted to make it different. I mean, like, Katsuki's biggest thing is the stun grenade and the what do I call it? How all that stuff. Loading the sweat up into the gauntlets and making a big explosion from there. Well, I wanted the design on this computer for Katsumi in a sense, because it's like, you know what, feminine version of Katsuki, let's make it a little bit more sleek looking. Chances are she's gonna be relying more on speed than power than Katsuki would be. More on power than speed. Frickin'. At the same time, she can also from her sweat as well. So it's like, it'll be more practical to set up like the trip mine thing. You understand? So it's like, hey, that way it's like, she can set up traps and everything else. So, if we look at the Bakugo twins in this aspect, Bakugo is, I mean, Katsuki is more about power, overpowering his opponents, whereas, but she also would like to backup plans and setting up traps and everything else just in case, in order to ensure a victory. The idea for the Yuraka, Senzo, and Katsumi fight against Ioma, and really it wasn't. I'll be honest, I didn't put too much to it. I mean, like anything, I put in the thought of the hey, well, people can brainwash. Yuraka can float. And then you got Katsumi, which can be power as well as say traps. So, and then on the opposite team, who's a bit skittish, and then Ayama, okay, who the shittiest work. But then again, it's like, hey, if you're as far in the manga as I am. I mean, I haven't finished reading the manga yet. I think it's like after they, you know, I don't want to spoil, but yeah, freaking, I forget where I'm at. You know what's going on with Ayoma.
Well, you will understand it all in due time. Continue devoting yourself to your rehabilitation.
Oh boy.
Now this conversation's over. Get lost, inmate.
Man, you know, I have to admit, whoever came up with the idea for these twins
We've barely started high school and already they're making us play in a volleyball.
has to have an S&M
and
finish.
hitting us against the teacher team. Kamoshida's gonna crush us. We get to see his technique live and in person though. We should totally get spiked on.
They have to have.
You're gonna get your face smashed in. Just look at how banged up the volleyball team is. What the hell goes on during their practices?
They have to have a whatchamacallit, S&M fetish and whatnot. Fandom, whatever it's called. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just reading this post, this comment from part 9 that was posted 8 minutes ago. So his so-called sister thinks she's a queen, but the real queen, or should I say queens, are those 3 and has 3 princesses and is waiting for their king. Wow. So Sherry Robinson, if you're watching this, yeah, pretty much. I mean, let's just say this.
Pretty boring.
I have a. Okay, now then, Jax. It's like I got it now. Sup, Jax? I'm reading messages right now. Back reading right now. Could she potentially use ultrasonic waves? Yes, she would become more deadly, more versatile. And yeah, that is true. They can be. I worked in the radio military field when I was in the radio field when I was in the military. Yes, they can. You can also pop popcorn on the radar. Technically, with the organs that contain liquids, of course, due to the heat caused, the closer they are to the sound waves. And no.
It's just a one-man show
So,
for him to stroke his ego. And how he acted like he was
how can I
worried
put
about
this?
Mishima. Oh, what an abusive D-bag.
So, so if you want to know something that's funny, okay, Jax. Here's the funny story, okay? So,
I'll be sure to find
when
someone to spill about Kamoshida's physical abuse. Just you wait, asshole.
So I had to send a couple of my junior marines off to training. This was when I was stationed in Japan. Well, they got to go to Alaska.
So let's start from there.
And yet, if you've ever been to Alaska, you know how cold Alaska can be. It's snow covered and mostly ice. Well,
you're kind of in the same boat, huh?
Apparently how they set up the area was kind of stupid. They set up so that way the high power antennas were as well as the radar were really close to the operations floor. Somebody decided that it would be a smart idea to put pallets in front of where the ops floor was, so that way it can absorb the radiation from the antennas as well as the frickin' radar. What they didn't expect was that those pallets would catch on fire. That is how powerful that stuff can get. I mean, and that's not even going ultrasonic frequency. That's, if I remember, that's ultra high and high frequency alone right there. So chances are, if you absorb enough of it in your body, it's not gonna matter. You're gonna cook. You're gonna cook, you're gonna fry, you're gonna have fun. That's why it's just like, hey, that's why it's like, hey, you know what? Yes, you're right. If she does go ultrasonic wave, yes, it can. The thing with ultrasonic wave, though, is that it's less noticeable. You would still feel it, but it's less noticeable. Like, you wouldn't know. You'd be dizzy. You would get a dizzy spell before anything else. But then again, what we're talking about is, in general, a radiation. So, if you keep that in mind, it's like, hey, what does radiation have the potential to do? Fry and cook you and make you sick.
What do you guys want?
So.
What? It's Kamish. Look, just tell us about how.
So. Oh, yeah, trust me, I wish I was there. I didn't find out about it till till my junior Marines came back and they're like, "Hey, Sergeant, we got to show you something." I'm like, "Does it involve an officer being an idiot?" Yes. Show it to me. Hang on, wait, let me get gunny.
All right, that's enough. Come on, let's go.
So, I get my gunny. My gunny's like, why are you doing this for? It's like, well, I know you like to laugh at officers' mistakes. Oh, hang on, let me get top. Let me get Master Sergeant.
I'll check if there's a 30. Anyways,
It's like, let me get Master Sergeant. It's like, first off, if you're ever in the military, or if you're ever thinking about joining the military, you're gonna learn that if you're enlisted, you're gonna hate a lot of officers, and it's not because they went to college or anything. It's because they think they're right 24/7. Now there are some types of officers called Mustangs, in which case they're prior enlisted. But you just need to be careful with some of those, because like when I was in Japan, I had a prior enlisted officer that was a Mustang, and he didn't like me. Reasons why he didn't like me is because I wasn't a yes man. Okay? I mean, he wanted absolute. I mean, I told him, it's like, hey, if there's something that I have issues with, I'll let you know. If there's something that I think is wrong, I'll let you know. So, put it more specifically, let's say,
Yeah?
let's say,
Yeah.
we were doing upgrades on a piece of gear that we were working with. Well, we had issues with the upgrade. So, with that being said, guess what happened? He's like, hey, you need to fix this. You're supposed to be the smartest one. You were my was prior. You're supposed to be smart. It's like, if I'm seeing issues and if I'm not seeing how I can fix this, there's issues. Okay? First you say you trust me, and then you say you don't. So it's just like, make up your mind. You either trust me or you don't. Either way, I'm gonna do my job. Freaking, like, it got so bad with them, so, another prime example was, as I was leaving that unit, I had to plan my own going away. I had to go and see everything. But, he didn't like the... I had to plan my own going away. I had to make my own reservation for it and everything. And I'm just like, I don't mind. I'm not gonna be, I'm not going to be a complete douche. It's like, hey, I'll try and help out as much as I can with planning this. And they're like, okay. But it's like, and that came from like a buddy of mine that was a sergeant with me over there, and he was like, dude, you're a good guy. You're pretty straight and narrow. The only time I see you get pissed is when they really mess up, and you chew them out. You much rather, and yeah, trust me, you would much, knowing you would much rather yell at them
Like how you relate the other
than
days
write
a
paperwork
lie and
on them. I'm like, yes.
What do you want with him?
Because depending upon the paperwork, it can either make or
You're
break.
not even in our class.
I mean,
We just happened to get.
I didn't write a charge
I'm doing to Mr. Kamoshida.
paper for an NJP
I see.
until
I get-
I was at that unit.
This has not.
And I had to do that because I had a junior military personnel go up and be like, hey,
You wouldn't get it.
yeah, yep, those are facts. Be like, hey, you're 3 hours late.
But no one's gonna help you.
I tried calling you.
Just in case.
Everyone else tried calling you. The only reason the staff knew is because I told them I would handle
Be
it.
so aggressive all the time.
So
We just went to
here's the
same
deal.
School.
I'm going to get some advice from Master
No
Sergeant
luck on my end.
on this,
What about
because
you?
you've had
Did
so many
anything like
chances,
someone's name
so
come
many
up?
times where I just talked to you about it and overlooked you, being late and everything else. I even tried getting your roommate to help you.
Coaching, huh?
Your fellow Marines in the shop have tried to help you.
True. I always see the guy covered in bruises.
There's something else that needs to be done,
Let's go talk to him
and
before
I'm not
he
gonna, and I'm gonna see what that is. Well, I talked to the Master Sergeant, and Master Sergeant's like, okay, hey, let's get a charge sheet.
Hey, got a second? Sakamoto? And you too. Come on, we just want to chat. Kamoshida's been coaching you, huh? You sure it's not just
So-
physical abuse?
And it's funny because when the NJP happened, we had a new unit CO at the time.
Anyways, we
In
saw
which
him
case,
spike you
I
right in
knew the unit
face.
CO, and he's like,
That was
if this
just
guy,
because
and
you
it's
knew-
funny because he's like,
Still,
I was there. He's
that
like,
doesn't explain all the other bruises you've got.
oh no, it wasn't a new unit CO. This was the unit CO when I first got there. But he was my first unit's EXO when I got to my first unit.
Mishima, isn't it time for
So he knew me. He knows that I hate riding this.
What?
He knows I
Maybe
hate to
you're
go
better
this
off
route.
quitting then. You're never
So
gonna improve
when-
that crappy form
When
unless
I
you
went
show
this
up
route,
to
he knew that this was like the last straw.
Didn't you hear? He ain't feeling well.
So
practice. Well, Mishima, are you
It's
coming to
like-
practice or not?
it's funny because it's like it's funny because it's like the I was there because I was one of the wrote the charge sheet.
Bastard.
My gunny was there. My Master Sergeant was there. My OIC was there. And freaking
Don't get in the way of my practice. All these
the CO's like,
rumors are making this
hey,
season
Lance Corporal
anxious
so-and-so,
after
do you have anybody that
Your
can
own goddamn
you would like to have speak up for you?
all. This won't get us
And
anywhere.
the Lance Corporal's
Let's
like,
go, Mishima.
Sergeant so-and-so.
Shujin Academy
which
is a
was me,
place where those with
in a sense.
aspirations come to learn.
And I'm like-
Unworthy students like
And
yourself
he's like, hey,
have the
Sergeant
right to be here.
so-and-so, what would you like to say anything?
Get with
Set
the
up,
program.
it's like proper greeting and everything, and I straight up told him, it's like, sir, this was the absolute last straw. This is something that could have been avoided. We tried to avoid this.
He's gonna pay for this.
I think this is a wake-up call for him. I believe he can
Huh?
bounce back from this. He just needed this to wake himself up.
Everybody knows. Prince
My gunny backs me up. My master sergeant backs me up.
They won't keep quiet about it.
My OIC? Nope. Didn't want to talk.
Don't be a pain. You don't understand what I'm
And then it's funny with the CO.
Shouldn't you of all people know that nothing's
The CO is just like, I'll be honest with you, Lance Corporal so-and-so. I know this sergeant. He might be a hard ass. He might be an asshole.
The other guys. That's all I can.
But he would much rather give you an ass string than do paperwork. If the ass string is clearly not working, it's paperwork for him, and he hates doing that. So keep that in mind in the future. If you deal with an individual like this at another unit. In which case, he's like, I understand, sir. And it's just like, hey, that's pretty good. And then it came down because another incident came down where it's like another person was like a half day late and everything else, and it's like freaking it's like I didn't want to do it. I mean, like, my thing was you got 3 months and a quarter. You mess up 3 times in that quarter, you're gonna get bad negative paperwork, adverse paperwork. But now it's just like we actually had to put it up to a vote with this one because it's like technically it's the second time with me. Freaking so we had to do it with myself and 2 other sergeants. Well, another sergeant and a staff sergeant.
Heading to volleyball?
And then it's like freaking,
That bruise above your eye.
it's like, hey, you know what? That's fine. We just had a brand new master sergeant come into the unit at this time, and I already knew this master sergeant from my first unit, and I already warned all the Marines, don't fuck with this guy. He's nice, he's chill, he's relaxed. He will have fun with you. He will joke with you. Do not piss him
Probably
off.
just my part-time job, I think.
He would much rather joke with you than yell at you. And trust me, you will know it.
Are you sure you're...
And sure enough, because when this happened, he's like, hey, so I want you to know, and he's the one that let him know, like, what happened.
Today won't work.
This came up to a vote between these 3 individuals. I'm not gonna tell you who voted what way and whatnot, but you were on the verge of becoming a corporal.
Rumor has it she's dating Kamoshida.
You were on that verge of picking up
People
NCO.
saw them in his car together.
We're going to delay that promotion
You think I'd have a chance
because of what happened today.
Come on, dude. You can't go after Kamoshida's bitch.
So now then, I'm pretty sure you can use some words of encouragement. So let me give it to Sergeant so-and-so. And I told him, it's like, hey,
Sorry.
you're a good guy. You just messed up. Okay, if I'm telling you this,
I
and
really am
yet
sorry.
we
then.
know the arguments we've had
I
with
must
each
have
other,
spaced
right?
out.
He's like, yes, Sergeant. So
I don't look
if you
tired.
know
Could you
the
do
arguments
that
we have and we can
transfer
get back
suit in
and
Class D?
do working order and everything else, why do you think I'm saying you can bounce
This
back
might
from
not be any
this?
of my business.
As long as you don't let it drag you down,
Okay?
you will bounce back from this. He's like,
Good.
very well, Sergeant.
That would be for the best.
I mean, he was upset because he was
Best
being
friend
denied
was
his
often
promotion.
misunderstood
He would have
too.
been promoted to
All
an
because of her
NCO in
looks.
2 days' time if he didn't fuck up like
Sorry.
that.
I didn't mean to drag on like
But
that.
anyways, on to the
Anyway,
officers. Yeah, most of them
have to go
are
practice.
idiots.
I'll see you
Idiots.
around.
And it's not because they think that they know better, it's because there's certain things that they want to do. Like,
Damn it. What the hell?
this same OIC freaking, when I came back stateside and was in the same area as
Is that what it
2
looks
others from my shop in Japan,
like? All of them kept saying the same shit.
we ended
Sheila
up
was talking
meeting
about.
this other guy
How
that
she had
absolutely
to told us
loved this
something.
OIC.
At this rate, looks like
And he and for the life of him, he could not understand why
but seriously, isn't there
myself,
something we can
and
do?
those other
No
two
way I'm gonna
did
give you
not like
this.
him.
Can you think of anything?
He could not understand why a gunny did not like working with him.
So you want to tell him
And I'm
about
like,
the castle?
I'm like, you really want to know?
Have any other ideas?
I straight up asked him. He's like, you really want to know? He's like, yes. I'm like, okay.
So you want to tell him about
Hey,
the
Staff
castle?
Sergeant,
They
what?
never believe us.
Captain so-and-so is going to be here
Ideas?
next month. This Staff Sergeant just stood up. I'll be in the smoke pit. Might grab a beer.
So you want to have any? Oh, that it. You got any other ideas?
Frickin'.
What do we do?
That's how bad he was. So if you're an officer listening to this, let me tell you something. Don't
I
micromanage.
didn't think of that.
You don't want to do that.
Is there any
You piss
means
off the
of-
enlisted.
I finally found you.
Frickin'.
You say something?
But
I think you can get away with not paying me back for helping you.
no, frickin'.
Is
But
that
anyways, with the
Morgana?
yeah, like I was saying, these officers figured,
You have
hey,
been leaving me the other
we'll
day.
we'll set up the
I am not. a
we'll
cat.
set up the pallets so that way they can block the RF. Yeah, nope, they caught on fire.
There's a lot of
Most
trouble
definitely.
fighting you two.
Like we saw
Into our world?
we saw
You've got a phone?
where the pallets were actually
You
at,
don't need one when you're at my level. I did get
and it's just like where they had them. They had it set up
Why can you talk?
on a shelter alongside a shelter.
How should I know?
They blew up in flames. The shelter
This too?
caught on fire. It caught on fire. And I'm just like,
Then it really is Morgana.
so whose paycheck is this coming out of?
Time is this?
Oh, shut up.
And I just thought it was funny because Master Sergeant Gunny knew what I was talking about.
You were pretty close just a
My
moment
junior
ago.
military members are just like,
Attitude. This thing's gotta be more.
Sergeant, what are you talking about?
You
So
still doubt
even though it wasn't malicious or intentional,
Looking for a cat in a busy time like
what
this?
they did was really stupid.
Didn't you hear it? Make
They would've
sure
been better
you
off
bring
packing
the
up snow.
cranny around.
Meow?
to block
Does
that
only
RF.
us two can understand what you're saying?
And they're like, huh?
What
I'm
the
like,
hell's going
yeah.
on?
But wouldn't the snow melt? It's like,
What you were talking
yeah,
about
but what else
earlier.
would it do?
Is it for real?
You're quite
It also freezes a
deceptive
little
for being
bit.
an idiot.
Hey, here, stick it in your bag for now.
It's like I'm guessing you had this like right in front of that one in front of right in front of one of those big ass radar dishes, right? The square ones. Yes, Sergeant. How'd you know?
Don't be so rough with me.
Enough of that.
Ever pop popcorn on those
You
things?
said you know how we
No.
can do something about Kamoshida, right?
Yeah,
Yes, did you
those
hear
things
what this
emit
guy was
enough
talking
RF
about
that you can cook
earlier?
a steak on it.
You'll need to attack his castle.
What do you mean?
That castle is how Kamoshida views this school. He
That-
doesn't
that's-
realize what happens in
so
there,
it's like,
but
yeah.
it's deeply connected to the depths
So I
of
thought it was funny
Yes,
when
if the castle disappears, it would naturally
week
affect
after-
the real Kamoshida.
my junior military personnel showed me that
A
picture.
palace is a manifestation
I get a
of
phone
person's
call
distinct
from
desires.
people
So, if that castle were no
about
more,
in regards to that shelter where the oscillator was. And
you sure pick up things fast.
yeah.
For real? He's gonna turn good?
So they launched an investigation. I'm like, okay, hey, look,
Back at him?
Erasing
you
a
get their
palace
full
essentially
cooperation.
means
I've
forcing
seen the
owner to have a
pictures.
change of heart.
Whoever told them to set it up like that is the
Even
one that
though
needs to
warped
be
wants disappear,
reprimanded,
crimes
not
they
them,
committed remain.
because they
Kamoshida
just
will
didn't
become
know
unable
enough
to
and
bear
they
the weight
were
of those crimes.
following
And he'll confess
quote
them
unquote
himself.
lawful orders.
You for real? That's possible?
It's like, okay,
And
it's like
since
you
the
guarantee me
palace
that,
will no
you get
longer
full
exist,
cooperation.
He'll forget what we did there as
Good to go.
well. Not only will we be able to bring
So,
Kamoshida down,
I grab him, I
it
bring him
will
over
leave
there,
a
and it's like,
trace of
oh,
our
hey.
involvement.
That's amazing!
And come to find out, I knew who was doing the investigation for this shelter too, because he was my instructor when I was going through MOS training.
So, how do we get rid of the palace?
By stealing the treasure
He sees me,
houses
he's
there.
like, now I know why your voice sounded familiar.
Tell you more
I'm like,
once you
yep.
agree to go ahead with this. It's my most valuable
So-
secret plan, after all. If
you want to help me out, I'll gladly.
Let's go ahead and take a look at this.
What's your call?
Alex running dry looking for witnesses.
So,
Guess we have no
they
choice
didn't
but
set it
to
up
go on.
entirely. They only set up the damaged portions and whatnot. So, and I'm like, okay, hey, and by the way, we also got pictures with us if you would like to use those as well. And he's like, oh, good, good, good.
Right. There's one more
Now
thing I should
then,
tell you.
and of course, I'm doing a walkthrough with my junior military personnel, and they're telling me what happened, what this guy's saying, and everything else.
The will to sleep.
And I'm like,
What are you getting at?
If all of those yearnings were to vanish, they may even die
so
if they're not
let's
given
think of
proper care.
alternatives.
So,
They might.
you listen
In
to
which
what
case,
they
I thought it
have
was
to say
funny
first.
because it's like,
Would their death be our fault?
my first question
Aren't you
was,
determined enough to
where
face
was the
those
cami
kinds of
netting?
risks?
Hey.
If you don't know what cami netting is, oh yeah, oh, whew. It's fun to play with, and it's a pain to set up.
That's not the.
But yeah, it can block RF.
Whatever we want.
I'll come back later. Make sure you've made your decision by then.
That's for sure. It can block radio frequencies and stuff.
Up for nothing.
Um,
I'll try and see if I can figure out another way. Come on.
so, yeah. So, yeah, it's just, you gotta be, I mean, first off, here's the funny thing about it, okay? We are, when you swear the oath of enlistment and everything, freaking, yes, you swear to obey all lawful, quote unquote, lawful orders, okay? So bear that in mind if you're thinking about enlisting. Okay. Lawful orders. So what makes a lawful order?
Please give it a rest.
An order that doesn't like make you
Told
question like
I'm not feeling up
anything.
to it.
So for example, if it's like something you don't know, hey, yeah, sure, it's
That's not what you
understandable.
promised.
Um,
Call yourself a teacher?
so let's say for example,
This has nothing to do with She-Hulk.
you have to kill an entire city of innocent civilians in the middle of war. You're being told to kill them because you have unconfirmed intel that the enemy is there.
Starting position.
That is an example of a unlawful order. An extreme example, but it is an example of an unlawful order.
Wait, were you
So,
listening?
it's like, hey, there you go. So it's like, hey, there you go.
Haven't you heard of privacy?
Um,
I was out of
but,
line.
and this is going from the, let's say you're an E1, from your E2 all the way up to the President of the United
What did you
States.
hear?
Now then, as long as you,
She-Hulk. It's nothing at all. Nothing.
now then, like I just said, you have to obey lawful orders. Quote unquote, lawful. It also doesn't mean that you can't question orders. You can still question them. So, it's just like, but ultimately what you're sworn an oath to is to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States from all threats, foreign
Why
and
do you
domestic.
keep worrying about me?
Those are the key points of the oath of enlistment.
What? I don't have
Okay.
anything to talk about with you.
And it's funny
Yes,
because people
Mr.
tend to think that, oh hey, we're just blind people, we're da 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 da. But it's like, we're not blind.
Thank you very much.
If actually
You've heard the
look at the oath. You know what you're doing. You know what you're saying. You know what you're swearing an oath to. You know what you're swearing to do.
We're getting it on.
And people, I thought it was funny.
That's so not
Because when I was in, it's like freaking, whenever the government shutdown happened.
I avoided giving him my number.
In which case, I thought it was funny because it's like it happened a few times. And freaking, I've had junior military personnel be like, "Hey, Sergeant, are we coming in for work? Are we coming for work? The government shuts down." I'm like, "Okay, look, listen. Okay. Let me tell you something.
I can't take it anymore.
First off, yes, we are still coming to work because technically we're sworn to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States from threats, foreign and domestic, and obey all lawful orders. Now then, here's the funny thing about this. We're still going to get paid no matter what. There's a reason why Congress wants to pay the military no matter what. Multiple reasons. One is if you don't pay the military, that's a breach of contract. Okay? Now, yes, there will be X amount of time where they can get away with it until they can be like, oh, hey. But ultimately, it's a breach of contract. Technically, if I was still in the military today and they didn't pay me, I could just walk off. I could still be charged with AWOL, but I could just walk off.
Are you
Now then,
really a bad person? I've heard people talking about you, but I just don't see it.
I'm bad to the bone, baby. No,
Is that supposed to be a joke?
freaking,
I had a feeling they were all just exaggerations. You seemed lonely.
what the ultimate thing is,
You're the same in that regard.
that you need to understand is
Maybe
that
that's why it was so easy for
if
me
the
to-
government is shut down for an X amount of time, also, what can the military constitute that as? The military can technically constitute that as a domestic threat.
Forget about me.
In which case, guess what the military can technically do at this point? The military can technically go and take over Congress. I'm not saying that's what they're going to do, okay? Keep in mind, I'm not saying that's what they're going to do. I'm saying that's what they could do.
Asking for a serious response.
Okay? That's what they could do.
I do feel a bit better now.
I'm not saying they're going to do it. So, but technically it is well within the realm of the enlistment oath sworn, because ultimately we are swearing to uphold and defend the Constitution from threats, foreign and domestic.
Suzui.
Of course, while obeying lawful orders. So,
Mr. Kamoshida's asking for you. He's in the PE faculty office.
What did he say?
I don't know. Well, I have to go.
run, bitch, run!
On.
Oh, don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go.
You're late. Where have you been? Just don't come running to me when you get arrested. That'll be it for you, remember? By the way, you haven't been hanging around any bad influences, have you? Well, they've got to be pretty strange to want to spend time with you. Just make sure you're careful who your friends are, if you don't want them ruined.
You see, this is why I like Sojiro. He might be a Chad, but he shows that he actually cares. He might be an asshole about it, but he's showing that he cares.
Hey, I'm leaving. In the future, try not to come back so damn late. Understood?
I mean, if we had more people like that, in the United States, it's like, oh hey, guess what? it's like, oh hey, guess what? Okay, so one thing you probably saw in the last part that you saw me hit up the storage. Okay, and you saw all that DLC. Well, one thing I want you to remember is that yes, we even got accessories. Yahoo! Team glasses. If you don't know, it's like each one of these is actually going towards the previous Persona game or Shin Megami Tensei. For example, Lamb's Pillow. Oh man, what's that sheep game? Charlotte or something like that. Yeah, Sojiro is badass. Yeah, you're right, Jax. He's a badass. But it's like the Lamb's Pillow is like from that little Charlotte's sheep game tower climb thing. Black rocks, you want to collect these. So it's like if you see anything like black rock or nope, that's not it. But it'd be like black rock, black knife, or something like that, or a black robe. With these, you can actually create something. So it's like when you sacrifice to when you sacrifice a persona to like make a weapon or anything, that's what you're going to get. You're going to need these. But it's like if you want like fast experience or more money boost, team glasses from Persona 4. C's, I don't know where that's from. But it's not only that, you also got the costumes as well. And like each one is like from a Shin Megami Tensei game. So and yes, with the Xbox you will get all of these. Just imagine I had to pay like $100 just for the Ultimate Edition of this game. And yet you, just for $60 you get everything. Everything on the Xbox. Pretty funny, ain't it?
So the national, this division.
Have you made no matter how?
Could that rumored cat be somewhere nearby? Settle down! We're in the middle of an important lecture.
If you...
Hey! Enough!
Wait.
Oh no.
For real? Come on, let's go.
No way! Huh?
So
Suzui! Suzui!
Huh? Suzui-san? Let's go look.
Calm down! Back to your seats!
yeah.
Hey!
Go downstairs now.
Come on!
He's coming this way!
Hey! What?
So freaking
still insane.
Okay. So,
What the hell's wrong with these people?
I mean, like, if you don't know what happened
Are there any teachers around?
so far, if you can't get it,
I'm not in charge of her class, though.
We should leave this to Principal Kobayashi.
freaking. So,
Please hurry.
excuse me. You gotta remember that Shiho was called to the Mr. Yamada's office. Okay.
Can't take this
So,
anymore.
try not to do spoilers too much and whatnot. Let's just say that Mr. Yamada, if you haven't noticed anything, or Kamoshida, I should say, isn't really the best teacher. I mean, I'll say this much. Guy to be lucky he
Return to your classrooms at once.
he's in a game because yeah.
Guy. Hey, wasn't Mishima acting weird?
Because yeah. Ooh, boy. Sorry, putting something in my fridge right now. But no, so as you can see with Shiho, she was beaten up. Now, you can tell he does that to all of his volleyball players. He's also, I mean, like, let's be honest here. Yes, there are points in time where they will get injured during practice. Yes, there are points in times when they're injured during and whatnot. But if we're being 100% completely honest here, the amount of injuries that these volleyball players are getting are kind of, you know, questionable. Not only that, but he's also trying to get in Anne's pants. Now then, before you say anything in regards to that, if I remember the character's age correctly for this is high school, either junior high or high school. So, now then, the legal age of consent in Japan, with the parents' permission, can be 16. Without the parents' permission, it is 20. Because 20 is when they're considered adults. When, if they are 20 and still living with their parents, yet here comes the kicker. This part. The legal age of consent with that is 22 if they are still living with their parents. So yeah, if you stop to think about it, there's a lot of stuff you gotta worry about with Japan. Now then, are there even further exceptions? Yes, there are. But they're not that bad or horrible, in a sense. To be like, oh, hey. But it's mostly to protect the kids. That's what it is. Japan is all big on protecting the children and everything else. Like, Japan has the strictest gun laws in the world, so... tell you how serious they can be about protecting people, about protecting the kids. Man, I'm glad I bought this 32 pack. Damn, that's a lot of stuff to put in the fridge. But, yeah. So, it's just like, but Kamoshida has been beating up on the volleyball players. He's trying to get into Anne's pants because she's a model and everything else. Like, I can't blame the guy. Yes, he most definitely knows something.
Teachers, return to your classrooms for the time being. Please do not let any students go home yet.
Now you know what the principal's trying to do there. He's trying to do damage control.
That hurts. Why'd you run? I didn't run. She jumped and tried to... He's right. We ain't trying to get you busted. We won't say... Susui. She was... Wait, what? I was called by him a number of times too. It wasn't just me or Susui either. He'd nominate someone when he was in a bad... So the physical punishment thing, what? Yesterday, he called Susui out of the blue. Mr. Kamoshida seemed really irritated that day. So it must...
Well, yeah, he got his ass
That son of a bitch!
put the fuck down.
I bet Sakamoto's going to find Mr. Kamoshida.
So, yeah, there's 16.
Faculty office in the second
Sorry, Jax, I'm just seeing your messages right now. Like I said, I was putting some stuff away in my fridge. Yes, there's 16. And it's like, yes, there is a lot of messed up things in this game. The Shimikami Tensei series, game series, or video game series, have been actually well known to push the envelope on some things.
He went
quite a bit. Like, I don't know if you ever played Persona 4 or Persona 4 Golden, but, they cover a lot of things, like human psyche, how twisted human desires can be, how messed up they can be. Like, for example, with Kamoshido, if you couldn't tell by what he wears in his palace, the little underwear flashing bikini brief wearing mother bucknucker.
I can only imagine what you did.
You're going on and on about things you have no proof of. Basically, you're simply making these claims because you can't be a regular on the team, right?
You see,
It's not what this is about.
here's the funny thing
Even if
about this.
It is exactly as
Okay.
you imagine it to be, hypothetically speaking. What can you do? We just received a call from a hospital. Suzui's in a coma, and her chances of
With-
recovery slim. How would someone
Okay.
make this statement?
Even with this version of he said,
There's no
she said
chance of her getting better, I
stuff going on,
Oh, the poor girl.
I can't be.
how can I put this?
This again?
If the police were to get involved,
Another case of self-defense.
You shut your mouth, you son of a bitch.
just with 3 people throwing that accusation at him alone. Yeah.
But still.
Oh,
Okay.
You're stopping him? What a surprise. There's no need to hold back. Why not attack me? Oh, you can. But of course you can.
Okay. The Japanese police would still arrest him and place him into a investigative custody type deal. And that can be go for anywhere from 3 days to a week. They ain't fun.
You didn't know why I kept someone as talentless as you on the team. You act like you're a victim. But you leaked his criminal records, didn't you? It's all over the internet, correct? How terrible.
Mishima? He told me to do it. I had no choice.
With Japan, no.
Now,
to put him in jail, yes.
You're done for. Your future's
To arrest him,
mine
no.
to take. Now get out of my sight.
I can't believe this asshole's getting away with this.
Case in point, when I was stationed in Japan. Sorry. Yeah, it's, believe it or not, Jax, it's actually quite different. I can't remember the exact details, but it is actually very different
Have you lost your
over there with the police.
You worthless
And if
kid.
you're a foreigner, it's even worse because you don't know what the heck they're saying half the time.
You'll have plenty of time to kill until expulsion.
Because, for example, I had a,
We can't waste any time. We gotta hurry.
ah, man. This was when I was stationed in Okinawa. There was a local woman that was killed
Simply stealing his distorted desires.
by a former
Can I assume
Marine.
that you've made up your minds about this?
Yes, I know, no such thing as a former Marine and all that stuff. But no, in this case, he was legitimately a former Marine because,
I don't give a rat's.
another thing is he wasn't supposed to be on that island.
And you?
He was supposed to be shipped back home at some point. Somehow he managed to remain on the island. Ended up getting work with this,
Then it's settled.
internet company for the barracks that the barracks use. And he ended up working for them and everything else. And somehow, for about 5 years, was able to fly under the radar like that.
Is it true that you're getting expelled? Everyone's talking about it.
So,
That asshole's out of
even when this guy was just rumored to,
way to tell us that.
this guy was held for
Deal with Kamoshida.
3 or 4 days before he confessed to anything. Before he confessed to anything, he was held for 3 or 4 days. Just in custody. Not an official arrest or anything.
Don't butt your head into
3 to 4 days.
But it does. Shilo's my.
After that time, he broke down and confessed. Showed him where they hid the body and everything else.
That was harsh.
And it's like, wow.
I hope she
Like-
didn't do anything too crazy. Women can be much bolder than
I mean,
men
like
at
I said,
times.
it's quite possible. The laws there are a lot more strict. But at the same time, police have a lot more freedom to exercise their rights to,
The moment we cross over,
you know,
we'll treat each other like
for the
phantom
investigation.
thieves. So I hope you're ready. Those
So, yeah.
That sounds kind of cool. So we just gotta say the school, Kamoshida's name,
I mean-
and castle. Then we end up in Bizarro World.
There was another case
How does all
where
this work?
a Navy sailor was caught dragging a woman into his room at a love hotel.
We'll show that at
Now,
Kamoshida.
before you say anything, let me clarify. We don't know if there was a sexual assault that happened.
They're doing something on their phone?
We don't know if he did anything to this woman other than bringing her into his room. Now then, in Japan, you're not supposed to do that. With us, it's like, okay, hey, yeah, he's probably trying to be nice and whatnot, but still. But it's like, they have people going through the hallways of these hotels that if they see somebody on the,
Takamaki?
that voice?
In the hallway, they find out what room they're in, and they take them to their rooms. So that's how bad. I mean, that's what it's like. That's what it's like over there. Legit.
Where are we? Isn't this the school?
So, without the whole investigation going on for possible sexual assault, I say possible because I can't confirm nor deny it. Because I only know that, hey, there's video recorded of him dragging her, an unconscious woman, to the room. Like I said, it's like until 100% proven guilty, it's like, hey, I'm gonna have some shred of doubt. Now, could it have happened? Could he have assaulted her and whatnot? Yes, he could have. Will I say that he did it with 100% certainty? No.
You better explain what's
but
I won't leave until you do.
Looks like we got a but how are we supposed to do this?
Even without the full investigation going, they still
That's how it worked last time, right?
took him into investigative custody and held him there until he either confessed or the investigation was done.
We'll explain after everything's over.
Like, straight up.
Hey! And just where are you?
And you think I'm kidding? I'm not.
Whoa, sorry, I didn't mean. That's not important.
You guys, seriously?
We better be careful from now on when we use that app.
I mean, there's like a lot of differences between America and Japan with this.
Why do I, the one who was just watching, know more about it than you two?
But yet, believe it or not, Japan still is one of the safest countries in the world.
Jeez.
Even though Shinzo Abe just got recently shot, poor guy.
Gotta deal with this fast.
But then again, I saw what that killer used, man. That's, phew.
Lady on. The shadows have noticed us.
That was a homemade pipe shotgun. Oh boy.
We're counting on you, Joker.
Joker? That a nickname?
Don't refer. What kind? And there's no. It's just a.
So,
Because he's our. It's settled then. Next up is you, Thug.
Thug.
Honestly.
Fine.
Skull. Skull Thug.
How about Mona?
Well, if Joe. All right, we need to be absolutely thorough.
Okay.
Right. Time to go steal this treasure.
So. Okay, let's see your equipment. I'll be honest, I'm not going to get her too much about money right now because I know I'm going to get it pretty easily. So I'm going to get more about the experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh, Raggy.
Those intruders the other day.
You see, look at them! Those are fucking bikini babes! What the fuck, man?
Praise be to death to the.
Hey, Mona.
I mean, like, if this guy is supposed to be personification of lust, then freaking, yeah, come on.
Right, there's no point. It has to be somewhere. Let's infiltrate.
What?
Remember how there's another shadow? In other words, if you in fact, well then. We're all knocked down! That was incredible, Joker!
Damn right it was. Give me some money!
Oh, wait.
She She wants the D, Mona. Be quiet.
What the?
She's a pixie. She wants the D. You don't question it, Mona.
What was?
Joker's gotta make money off his hoe somehow, right?
For real?
Wow, Raggy. Oh, this guy.
Persona!
Oh yes, you can change personas for Joker pretty easily.
Go down.
Don't tell me.
Let's go. Rabbit
Scared?
No, I'm not scared.
Captain Kidd!
Yeah, fine. Dumb kid. Give me a break.
Oh boy.
Well. Hey.
Basically with this one you just want to try to make them be like, oh hey, we want to go with you. Now if you do win the fight that way, you do lose experience and you do lose money.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, I'll be honest, freaking here in the beginning you want to, this is where you absolutely want to try to
Treasure chest spotted. Let's open it.
get as much as you can out of this stuff as you can.
Show me your true form.
Now you won't be able to get now you won't be able to get like multiple copies at the same time. So it's just like
That's a new one, isn't it?
yeah.
Fits me like a glove.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah. Now in America, Jax, yes. Enough evidence for a probable cause, yes.
All right. I'll reveal your true form.
I'll report you. I'm gonna rip your face off.
Now's our chance to strike. Go!
You're gonna die.
All right. Show me your true form.
All right. The first This move is ours.
It's time. You're mine.
Ooh, looking cool, Joker.
There.
Ooh, looking
Just
cool,
stay there.
Joker.
Let's go.
Okay, guys.
Oh boy, sweaty, sweaty, sweaty.
Check out this new skill.
Yeah, yeah.
That was so easy, I'm yawning.
Hey, look.
Safe for him.
This
And you stupid blonde.
What's up with this app? Just said the word Sakamoto said, and I ended up...
Princess?
Huh?
Princess!
Princess, princess, princess!
Aren't there even more shadows here than before? Just getting this far has been a real pain in my ass.
It's all because you guys provoked Kamoshida, you know. Still, he seems to be awfully on guard.
Ugh.
Anyways,
I don't want to imagine it. I mean, like, first off,
Don't be so hasty. First,
talk
I
about
need
a
to secure
face-off.
infiltration.
what?
A path to the treasure's location. But honestly, I think
If anything, I'm more surprised that they're not falling down when he's jumping on their backs like that.
Hey, you say you don't have your memories and all, but somehow you still know about that kind of stuff?
Do you think this thing's really got amnesia?
I mean,
At least you're a step above that moron.
believe in the pussy. Love the pussy.
You sure talk big, but what if it turns out you're just some stray cat in the end?
You see, this is how I know Ryuichi will never get laid in his life. He doesn't believe in the pussy. Okay, yes, I know. Come on.
Pursuing the readings of an intruder. It doesn't matter. We must take her back to King Kamoshida.
I made a messed up simp joke. I gotcha.
I should probably look into this.
And yet another question goes unanswered. Stuff like the castle and the navigation app are mysterious, but Morgana's got them both beat. Oh, crap, sorry. What was I again? Oh, yeah, Skull.
This is bad.
That was...
Your She's been...
Yeah, our friend was more blonde than Ryuji at this point.
Damn it. Damn it.
Yes! Okay, let's go. This way! Let's hurry. Now then. Yes! What?
So...
More
I can't believe... Are you...
But yeah.
Do as I please here. After all, this is my...
What the?
What? Shit. The girl...
This is effed up. Is that what he thinks of the girls on the volleyball team?
Hey, that's...
I bet you... But, I forget that chick's name. But it's your fault she jumped, you know.
Huh?
You were so reluctant to throw yourself onto me that I had...
You...
take one more step. Just sit back and enjoy.
No.
Maybe I'll start with the clothes.
Hey, what are we gonna do?
That's more.
Shio.
Yeah, so with what he just said, you can kind of guess what he ultimately did to Shio.
This piece of shit toy with me.
And yeah.
What was I thinking?
Like I always say, slaves should just behave and...
Shut up. I've had enough of this. You pissed me off, you son of a bitch!
My, it's taken far too long. Tell me, who is going to avenge him if you don't? Forgiving him was never the option. Such is the scream of the other you that dwells within. I am thou, thou art I. We can finally forge a contract.
Okay, what did you say? I am that art I.
No
Yep.
more holding back.
Now she's pissed off, Gairu.
Nothing can be solved by restraining yourself. Understand? Then I'll gladly lend you my strength.
This is why you don't piss off lawns.
You know what? I'm not some cheap girl you can toy with, you scumbag.
Bitch.
You stole everything from Shiko. You destroyed her. Now it's your turn. I will rob you of everything!
How dare you! Enough of your insolence!
No, I've had enough of you. No one's gonna stop me now. Let's go, Carmen!
I mean,
How dare you deny King Kamoshida's love, you son?
That dirtbag just sees women. Come on, Persona! Carmen! You did it! They've fallen flat! Let's finish this!
yes, yes, it's a demon sitting on a shitter. That's what it literally is. It's a demon sitting on a shitter. Yeah.
I'm not done.
So let's see here. That fire is its weakness.
They're all knocked down! That was incredible, Joker! Okay, guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. If anything, I'm more amazed about the fact that they put her in a dominatrix suit. Okay, yeah, you get one more. The sad thing is, this isn't even the worst Persona demon yet. It's really not.
Outside of school, that guy's nothing but a...
So, I mean, like, a demon sitting on a shitter. That's still not the worst one in this game. So, in the Shin Megami Tensei. If you played any of them before, you know which one I'm talking about. The penis on wheels.
Hey, are you all... Lady?
Wait, and... Where...
Just calm down. Everything's going to be okay.
Just calm down. Everything will be okay. I'm just a talking cat.
Calm down! Huh? Why am I dressed like this? When did I...
Yeah, true, true.
What's with this?
I'll be honest, she looks great. Doesn't she?
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm stumped.
A search party will be coming for us soon. There's no time to explain.
So,
we don't have a choice.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. Anne looks great in that outfit.
We were just getting fired up and you had to go and get in the way. Fine. Here, give me your arm. You take the other side.
Anne looks great in that costume, I won't lie.
Thanks.
Looks like we made it back. Hey, are you okay?
Well, pretty much. Wait, I lied.
Oh, man.
I'm still confused about all of this.
You may be safe now, but a lot sure did happen back there. At any rate, we stand out too much here. Let's relocate to a safer spot.
Which one you want?
Whichever's not carbonated.
They're both actually.
Then...
Here you go.
What about me?
Huh? But you're a cat.
Have you calmed down, Lady Anne?
Morgana, right? I really am talking to a cat. This feels so strange. Oh, sorry. You're not a cat, right?
Oh.
It's only natural that you're confused. Demanding that you understand all of this right after what you went through is asking too much.
Honestly, I still can't believe what happened.
But,
my persona.
So...
It's the will of your rebellion, Lady Anne. With it, you'll be able to fight in that other world.
So if what you told me is true, we can make Kamoshida have a change of heart, right? Is it really possible? Can we actually force him to confess his crimes?
The volleyball team's keeping quiet about this while teachers and parents turn a blind eye. If guys like us try and complain, they're just gonna shoot us down. Going all in on this plan is the only choice we got.
Yeah, so if you didn't know what he was trying to say is that guys like us, what he was trying to say is guys like us, people that have got in trouble with adults before, or authoritative figures, or law enforcement, they're not gonna believe a thing.
Wait,
which can happen.
Say, let me help? You mean you want us to take you along?
Don't act like I'm going to drag you down. Weren't you
just
watching?
like I mentioned in the last in the previous cast, yeah, it happened to me like for about 2 years with my buddy. They won't believe one thing that he said, but somebody else stood up.
I agree as well. We are lacking in manpower after all. Don't worry.
Because somebody else stood up and said that, hey, his sister's a liar.
Oh, right, she can go by herself. I guess it'd be more dangerous turning her down. Fine.
Then it's decided. Well, I hope we get along. I'm going to make Kamoshida atone for what he did.
If anything, I'm wondering how my apartment turned into an oven.
For everything he's done. I won't let any more people suffer because of him. I'll do whatever it takes.
Oh. Yeah, she'll do whatever it takes. Kick him in the balls.
A group like yours must have relied on subtlety and misdirection. Otherwise, you'd never survive. Some of you might even have been hiding behind a public face their entire lives. If you're listening, then answer me.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the lover's persona.
Now, if you ask me if I'm ever gonna do a persona Deku, I can see myself in the future doing that, But at the same time, it's like, I don't know how I would fit it in. Like, if I would make it shipless and make him vigilante and whatnot. If I would make it a betrayed one. I don't know. At this point in time.
Just let me know when you're heading back in.
I mean,
Oh, wait. We don't have each other's info. Hey, give me your number and chat ID. And,
I mean...
I'll be counting on you then.
I've been a couple of good ones.
The pleasure is all
I would
mine,
say the
Big
best
Man.
one that I've seen so far would probably be Dragon Leo's.
What a kind girl. Such admirable consideration for others. And the innocence to cast herself into the jaws of death to achieve her goal. She cares about her friends, and she's beautiful to
And then
boot.
the one after that would be
She's captured my
Helio
heart.
Low Cost, I think.
Dude.
What he's doing with
it'd
his
be
version
better
of
if
it.
this group could get together quick from now on.
True.
I mean, they're both pretty good.
Make a secret hideout
Dragon
where we can
Leo
discuss this
is
thing.
actually
Hideout, huh?
going across
I like the sound of that.
making it look like all the Persona universes are going into one and
For the
helping
time being, that
the
will
trickster
make the
out
perfect hideout.
and training and everything.
I can't contact you from inside a palace, so I'll stay in this world. That being said, I'll need
Whereas,
someone to take care of me. I'm
Helio
personally
Low Cost
nominating
is
you.
actually
You should feel honored.
brought the trickster in, and it's like, hey,
There's no way I
I
can
mean,
at my
like,
place. Well, we now
the
have
thing
a
is, though,
hideout.
there's so
Let's
much
meet there
things you can
tomorrow.
do with the,
Okay, let's go look at my new residence for this world.
with the Persona Deku, that it's not funny.
Stay upstairs while we're open for business.
Yes?
Hey,
I don't mind.
come on. You...
We'll talk
Thanks.
later.
Come back.
Man, I wish I had a doctor like her.
Oh, that customer? She's the head doctor over at that clinic. Rumor has it, at least. That's... They should really just leave her.
Hey, are we there yet?
Well, I gotta get home and start making dinner.
Is this some kind of a...
Hey, are you... I was... What did you bring it here for?
It doesn't have a home. Do the puppy dog eyes.
Look, this place is a restaurant. Though, I guess you might stay on good behavior if you've got a pet to take care of. Fine. But keep it quiet when we're open for business. And don't let it roam downstairs.
Dad Jiro. Dad Jiro.
I'm not going to take care.
That's what Sergio is. He's Dad Jiro.
Was that the ruler of this place? You
Yeah,
seem
don't fuck
pretty
with him.
understanding for but again, I suppose to normal people I just sound like a meow.
Seriously. I had to keep calling out that. Make sure you wash that dish. By the way, have you... Morgana? I was hoping I'd get to name.
Aww, poor Sergio.
Looks like the chief. And to be honest, this place is heaven compared to Kamoshida's cells. Remember how you guys asked me before about what? To be honest, I don't remember anything about my birth. I think the metaverse's distortions made me lose both my memories and my truth. It has to be. There's no doubt that the distortions were what caused me to lose my real self. I'm sure that once they're purged, and I have a pretty good idea on how to... Come to think of it, I didn't get hungry over in that way.
Well, yeah, you got a stomach now.
Let me make my stew to my knowledgeable...
What are those?
Whoa. In exchange, how does that sound?
Let's do this!
I like...
So, in case you're wondering, yes, Morgana's Confidant is another one of those that will get level up throughout the game, rank up throughout the game, no matter what.
There's even the possibility that you use special tools and had someone who manufactured them. Answer me.
I don't want to answer you.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the magician persona,
All right.
Infiltration tools, yahoo.
I'll let... By the way, the stronger that... Alright. Personas are the strength depending on what kind of life experience you gain. I bet it'll affect... And if you become acquainted with capable people, this is all... I wanted to... Oh! Oh!
Okay, I'll sleep.
Well then.
One second here.
Oh!
If you're wondering what Stu would be, probably be like, he'd probably be like, oh fucking god, we got another Brian.
Well, that's not good. I see.
She was wearing punk clothes. How could she be a doctor?
Morning.
Hey, are you listening?
Clink. You know what? At least it was a piece of chalk. Piece of chalk.
Pay attention.
Believe it or not. Okay. I met this one gunny that if you were sleeping during any of his briefings, he would throw a pen at you.
Looks like okay.
He eventually had to stop because there was this one time where he apparently threw it just right and it stuck in this kid's forehead. And I'm just like, yeah, we can't do anything about this. At least he's not dead. I mean, that's how hard he threw it. Apparently this kid kept on falling asleep. He kept on waking him up and everything. I was like, yeah, you know what?
The only other thing would be stocking up on medicine. Fatigue is unavoidable in a path.
And where can we get medicine?
Don't worry.
What was even more surprising is the kid didn't wake up.
Forward to it, Lady Ann. Now then.
He was alive, but he didn't wake up.
So let's head off for today.
So when we eventually,
just come with me.
apparently he
Can I talk? Hey. This is... Would you...
Oh boy. Yeah, so social stats. Okay. In order to progress some of the characters, these have to be up higher. So there's going to be certain milestone points where you can't advance and whatnot. That's why you want to try to get these up quickly as possible. And then you want to go and then continue on with the other stuff.
Well,
For the confidants.
please head to the exam room.
My body feels lethargic.
In a case like yours, it's usually just due to stress. I'm gonna prescribe you some pain relievers, okay?
Yeah, teachers can be scary when they throw books. I had this one teacher that if you fell asleep in his class, he would take a stick and whack your desk with it.
Tasting one or a bitter one?
He stopped after I don't know how I did it. I don't know. I really don't know how. I don't even remember doing it.
How about a stinky one then? Just kidding. There's no such pill.
Freaking.
Right, why don't we stop beating
Apparently,
around
I
the
fell asleep, and my head was on the
Sick of all, are
desk.
you? I'm not as
Apparently,
dumb as
he
I
was like trying to be
I'm
ninja
guessing
with it and
you're
everything
here
while
because you
talking.
heard the rumors about me.
And apparently, before, but when he was swinging down the stick to hit my desk with it, I caught the stick and yanked it from him, and I continued to sleep. I did not wake up until I heard the bell ring, and I'm like, I'm looking at the stick in my hand, and I'm looking at the teacher, and I'm like, here you go, sir. He's like, I don't know how you did it.
You're one of those patients
But-
with an ulterior motive, huh?
Because of you, I gotta
What's the
find
world
something else now.
coming to? I guess high school kids have it tough nowadays too, huh? Well, but I guess it. This is my. I have a license. It's your responsibility.
I'm like I said, with my science teacher,
Great.
the moment he said
You're so
that
quick on the uptake. Saves me the hassle.
he was gonna give me a passing grade for everything throughout the
I wonder what
semester
you're going to use the medicine for.
of my junior year that I had him. If I
Well,
gave him a
as long as you don't cause
satisfactory
me any trouble,
answer
It's not my problem.
to how I got the highest score out of all of his students on the final exam, and I did absolutely nothing for that semester. I mean,
Okay, which
I had to have done a science joke. No way, there's no way around it.
You want that one? Thanks.
Okay.
That should work. Oh, okay. You want that one? You don't need anything. Oh, did you decide? Oh, okay.
No, I'm gonna
Take
wait.
care.
Man.
Now, before you say anything, do I know for a fact if they allowed like experimental medicine to be created and whatnot like this at a clinic?
Yes.
I couldn't tell you with 100% certainty. Could I say there's a possibility of it happening and then they pass the findings on off to a hospital to verify? Yes, there's that possibility.
Okay.
So it's just like,
Well, we can. Okay. Oh. Oh.
stop telling me to go to sleep. Let me clean the damn desk.
Sup? Let's go.
Sorry.
While Japanese society, they have no jobs, no saving. These young people.
Oh boy.
Follow the shop can be. Hey. Yeah.
Now then, one thing I will tell you is that yes, there are shops like this in Japan. There are legitimate shops like this in Japan. As a matter of fact, if you're missing SIF gear, you would go to a shop like this because 9 times out of 10, this is what they have what you're looking for.
Fine. What do you want? An automatic? A revolver?
I mean,
I'm not.
You. And you? Looking for something? Oh, you guys.
What?
Anyway. Precautions. Don't go around pointing them at other people. Keep them in a bag. Oh, and don't let the fuzz catch wind of you having them. I don't need them coming around here.
oh boy.
Now, maybe someday I'll show you the real good stuff, though. But for now...
It's like for now, you get the beginner shit.
Oh, and here's the cash for mine.
Alright. Alright, which one? That's what you're choosing? You better not use it to pull a prank.
Well, like, I'm not gonna sell it.
Don't break it, okay?
I'm not gonna equip it, so.
That's what you're choosing? You better not use it to pull a prank. That one? Don't break it, okay? That's what you're choosing? How's that? Sounds good. That one? You like it? That's what you're choosing? How's that? Okay.
Ranged weapon.
Alright, which one?
The Covenants.
That one? You like it? That's what you're choosing? How's that? That one? You better not use it to pull a prank. That's what you're choosing. You like it?
Yep. Give the chick the SMGs, huh?
Sounds good. That one? Take your time. That's what you're choosing. How's that? That you like it? That's what you're choosing? Don't break it, okay?
use it to pull a prank.
Accessories.
Right, which one?
Yeah, no.
Come again. Later.
Hmm?
Boss, did you hear? Apparently that subway driver from the accident was acting really odd during...
You talking about...
Yeah, I heard the news is saying the driver couldn't even speak when they tried asking him questions.
Only an idiot. Oh, I'm sorry, but...
Your coffee's actually not half bad.
Thanks for stopping in.
I'm only trying to help you fix your business.
Jeez, what up? Oh, what do you want? If you're bored, go wash... Shut it. It's all... No, it's nothing like... As long as I'm here, the world leaves me be. No annoyances or trouble. So you better at least... Anyway.
We're just clean off that.
Yay!
Great. Don't think.
Now, mostly what you want to do here is you always want to make lockpicks. I'm like, yeah, you got the battle stuff, but you want to go with lockpicks first.
Everyone's.
Now then, this is great for increasing your proficiency and everything else, so...
We're heading into...
Okay. Oh, man.
Good morning. Come on, hurry up and get to class. Good morning.
So... Hells yeah, real quick about that, I don't know if you saw the post I did in the community yesterday and whatnot. Yes, I am able to work more on it now. I'm just trying to take it slowly because I just can't. I'm coming off a case of heat exhaustion.
Well, that wraps up the homeroom
that was
period.
almost borderline heat stroke.
A word with you, please.
So, it's like I apologize if it's not to your snuff.
There's something I'd
with
like
that,
to ask you. It won't take
but
long.
it hasn't been forgotten. It hasn't been anything like that.
I see you're already getting on top of the problem I'd mentioned this morning, Miss Kawakami. I appreciate the support.
Thank you again.
Oh, you know this
It's
guy,
just,
Yoshizawa?
I mean, like,
Yes.
I'm well on my way to recovery right now. I mean, during the freelance work I had to do, I was pushing myself, and apparently I didn't even realize that my apartment was turning into a oven at the time, and that along with doing some work outside, it's like, oh hey,
I need to use the guidance office.
your body's
pardon me.
overheating. You need to do some stuff. I didn't realize that I had gotten a pretty bad case of heat exhaustion until I looked at my left hand and I saw like red dots on it,
After you.
which is a sign of a heat rash.
I'm gonna get straight
So,
to the point. Did
if
something
you
happen between
so
you
with
and
heat
Mr.
exhaustion,
Kamoshida?
your body starts to develop goosebumps all over it. Once your body reaches a certain temperature, some of those goosebumps will turn into red bumps and develop as a rash. Once it gets to that point, you're pretty much borderline heat stroke. So luckily I was able to catch it in time and I recognized the signs and everything. So
I
and I
don't
already
think
knew how to
so.
treat it,
Especially
so
after that little exchange just now.
it's just that's like
You gave me a brief lecture this morning, and
the
your name came up. Something about the dangers
fact that it's
of a lack of supervision.
pretty much like that. It's like, oh
but
boy.
Just make sure you don't go causing trouble, okay? Oh.
I mean,
and
the
one more
redness of the
thing.
rash is
That
going down.
girl
Everything is
outside
just
the
I gotta
You didn't make a pass at
involve
her, did you?
myself in cold water immersion, pretty much. Therapy, pretty much. Basically, cold bath, cold shower, hydrate. Hydrate.
All right. Mr. Kamoshida has a real close
That should be
eye
well
on
on the
you.
way of
Apparently
replenishing
you've been
the
getting involved with
electrolytes or any
Sakamoto.
minerals
You seem
I
acquainted
sweated
with
out because I had like
Yoshizawa-san as
3
well.
bottles of
Maybe you're
Pedialyte
just
in the past 3
naturally drawn
days,
to
so
athletes?
that's helping me
Sorry,
recover
bad
quite a
joke.
bit.
That's all I wanted to discuss. You're free to go.
For the order of things after part 10, I will be doing the Cheated on Deku preview, and then after that I will be doing the part 1 of Villain Rehab Deku that was previewed some few months back. Because it's like, I know I'm pretty much right there at 6,000, so I might as well hash it out, get it done, get it posted. In regards to the preview, the only thing I will say is that it will involve a commonly used location, because it's like an excellent turning point. So, and one of those locations normally is either like in the anime one, and most they use is like the USJ, the overhaul fight, the training camp incident. So it's like, oh yeah, sure. So with any previews, if you see me like using the same location, don't be freaking out saying, oh, it's gonna be blah blah blah. I'm not gonna give you any spoilers as to who cheated on Deku. The way that I see that it's going with this, it will be a different version of cheated. Well, it will be slightly different. I can't say it. The cheated on process hasn't been used before, but it will be somewhat interesting because it hasn't really been used that much, or the time of when he got cheated on. As for who he got cheated on with, or who cheated on him, the only thing I will tell you is it's not Uraraka. Because I do kind of want to use Uraraka as a ship for this, for the Cheated On series. But, okay. Eat up. So, for the most part, with the palaces, whenever you do the infiltrations, if you're trying to go all the way through and get the
But wait, what even is a treasure? I want to know that before we do anything.
the absolute true ending of Persona 5, for example, you kind of want to go through the entire palace in one go.
It's the core of the palace. Once we
I
steal
mean,
it, the palace will crumble.
technically, once you
Having said all that,
take your
even I
time,
don't know what Kamoshida's
once you
treasure
do
is going
that,
to be. And where can we
you
find
can
it? There's no way of knowing that until we go in and find out. But if I had to guess, I'd say he has it locked up.
once you go
somewhere
through
in
and like get the
depths of
treasure and
palace.
everything, you lose access to that palace.
I get it now. We just gotta find the
But
treasure, yeah?
Pretty much. There's just
Yeah.
a lot we won't know until we go
It's
in.
just like if you're
In any
going through
case,
the true
our
ending to
objective is
begin
find
with,
the
you
treasure's
want to
location
do the palace
somewhere
pretty
in the
much
past.
as
Make
quickly
sure
as
we go
possible.
about this with time to spare
Give me
so
one
we
second.
can avoid
Whew.
any unforeseen circumstances. I expect great things from you guys.
So now then, with that being said, you can, like I said, you can go through it quickly. Go through it in one go. Hey, you don't have to worry about it ever again. If you're looking to level up, yes, you can use the palaces for it, but the preferable place to level up in Persona 5 is pretty much Mementos. So, whew, boy. Fill up water bottle here. Give me a second here. Oh boy. But yeah. But Mementos is the best place to like level up and everything else. So it's like I wouldn't worry too much about the palaces other than going through them, finding the treasures and everything else. That right there is what I call high quality H2O. Whew. So, whew. Sweaty. Okay, let's see if I can kick my AC back on. The gear. But yeah. So it's like my apartment's turning into a fucking hub. Yep. Whew. But yeah. So bye. Oh yes. So, like I said, after part 10, cheated on Deku preview, and then Villain Rehab part, then part 11 for the neglected Deku series. So, now I will be releasing the Villain Rehab series. I'm not gonna make a dedicated day for that. I'm not even gonna make a dedicated day anymore for the neglected Deku series. But yeah, one thing I will say is that the neglected Deku series will take precedence over the Villain Rehab, which means you might see one or two and then fill in rehab part till Neglected 2 is done. And then after that, it'll be the fill in rehab will be my thing, my main focus for the series. And then if the other one has a good shot to make that the other secondary series. The biggest thing is right now is just like trying to recover and everything else from the seat exhaustion. You will be on another vote at 6,500. Again, it'll be like the last one. I'll move what two series I did so far for a preview, and then it's like boom, go off that vote, do a preview. So this way it's like, hey, you know, I'm not a one-trick pony. One thing I will warn you guys about is that if you like the playlist I have for the music and everything else, or if you like the mixing channels that I have listed on my channel, or any of the other streamers there, go ahead, subscribe to them right now and everything else. I try to music lists, because I will be removing those. Because the reason why, it's not because I'm going back on the little, oh hey, this is like awesome music and everything else. It's just that how can I put this? Say that I'm not gonna say that I haven't tried to monetize my channel yet. But apparently, me like just showing like, hey, I support these people. It's like, apparently the I can't like that. I mean, it kind of sucks and everything else, but that's what I'm telling you now. Is like, hey, if you like the playlists that I made for this right now, save them and everything else. If I make any more playlists in the future, I will write them down and everything, like the songs and the performer for it, and just put that on the Discord. Where you guys can see it, listen to it, and whatnot, create your own playlist for that music. Oh man. If anything, I'm more surprised about the amount of females that's watching my texting story videos than anything else. So I'll be honest, I didn't really expect any of them to be reading them. Some below there, seeing that they got their parents' permission. Okay. Infiltrate the palace.
Okay, let's go.
Whew.
But damn.
Check the messages.
What's up?
Dude, look at what you're wearing. That's what's up.
Choose a code name for you too.
A code name?
I'm Skull, he's Joker, and that's Mona.
Judging by your costume.
I mean, she's got that tail and stuff. What do you think?
Sexy cat.
Wait! Is that what you're going to call me from now on? I am so not down with this.
What do you want to be called then?
Something better than just a little cat. Maybe... Panther? That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Huh? Why?
'Cause it sounds more... ferocious?
She's a cougar.
Don't call me that!
She's a cougar. Well, yeah, Mona's perspective, if you knew how old he actually was, she is a cougar.
Alright. It's game. I'll teach you guys the...
Oh, come on! I just got here. It's like, I just got here. What do you want to do now?
Well, you truly...
I never asked for this shit!
Shut your mouth and listen, inmate!
Fuck you, you little cunt!
I am not the essence of the... Once you encounter allies who share your ideals and discover only then...
I'm telling you, whoever came up with the idea for the twins, right now,
this time,
has a fandom or S&M fetish, and is a freaking lolicon.
Due to your potential in wielding the power of the wild card,
prove me wrong.
More than one persona. That power holds to that end. Thus, you... By discard, think of it to start. Now, before you select the second persona, allow me to tell you something greatly. Do you remember how I mentioned personas are the... In other words, when you fuse up, this will be a god. Moreover, you cannot create a persona that's... This is because... Now then. It's possible. These skills...
Looks pretty tough. Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Its power will be nothing unusual.
Yeah, go ahead. Time to lop your heads off and create a horny demon. Ugh. You know what just popped into my mind? Oh man, what was that movie? Blazing Saddles with the circumcision.
A strong... Gather or develop...
So that... And to cry your tears of...
It seems... In a...
Rank 2, Third Eye. Oh yeah, Third Eye is awesome. I could see invisible thing. Yahoo!
That I believe...
Now... The inmate you wish to perform it. Now choose! Excessive power only leads to excessive power only leads to destruction.
Aww.
You change your mind? Justine, you
Now,
handle this.
here's the thing with the
Read here.
DLC personas. For each one you have, if you don't have it right away, is 0 yen. For every other one you have to, like, where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? There we go. Like the Incubus that I just created, for example. You have to pay yen to get it.
Is this what you want?
Yes, but no.
Is this what you want?
Tsukuyomi.
This persona?
Kaguya.
This persona? Is
Messiah.
This what you want? Is this what you want? Is this what you want? A fee is required.
Go ahead.
Accept this persona.
You saw that? 0 yen goes to 67,000. Oh my god, that thing's expensive. But then again, if you saw the skills that I saw, yeah.
It is time, inmate.
That was there, it's like, oh boy.
Something wrong?
Why are you spacing out?
We're counting on you.
Bitch, I was just in a blue jail cell.
So, where do we...
Boy, you high.
That's pretty safe.
It'll make...
Poor Mona. Okay.
I can feel it.
Oh yeah.
Is the door locked from the other side?
I got Warframe. I hit everything.
Focus. Hmm?
Ah, that didn't work out.
Looking cool, Joker.
I'm gonna do the same thing again.
What'd you think? Your power's incredible, Joker.
Yeah, only 2 XP. No.
All right.
I'll reveal your true form.
Face off!
Alright, the first move is ours!
Something else.
Joker took one out! Alright! Persona! Zoro! What did you think? Graceful? Stylish?
Okay.
A stylish victory.
I'll reveal your true form.
Alright, the first move is ours!
Come! Go down!
Looking cool, Joker!
Persona! There!
Joker took one out! Alright! One enemy remains! This is the last. Let's do this! We're on the floor! This is a You're the best, Panther! Oh.
What you think?
That's a new one, isn't it?
Okay.
You fucked.
There's two enemies! Don't underestimate them! Enemy defeated! Skull, get your Persona!
Just stay
You're
there!
the best, Panther! Finish him! The beautiful rose has thorns.
Okay.
Power courses through me. Okay.
Huh?
Okay, so.
Oh,
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
Well,
Oh! Well,
hey,
this is amazing.
what?
Okay.
Listen up.
whoa!
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
So, I'm going to call it a night, guys. I'll catch you later. And then I will probably do one more Q&A part tomorrow at some point. As for what time, I don't know. Can't tell you off the top of my head. I'll probably hop on it as soon as I wake up. But I will begin off for the night. So all of you have a good night. Be safe. And look forward to talking to you all later.